Good morning, you guys. It is Saturday. Yep, I'm a little bit behind schedule this morning. However, I'm excited about the topic this morning. So grab your coffee and let's get to it, right? It is coffee with your girl, Dr. T. Yes. So, I wanted to talk to you guys today about affirmations. And it's funny because I did not realize that affirmations were a part of my life early on. And I'll explain that a little bit later. And you probably haven't realized that that was the same as well, that your affirmations were early on in your life, right? So, why am I talking about this? We are now going into a different season, and you may want to start thinking about, you know, how you're going to mentally prepare yourself for this new season. I know last week, a good friend of mine, a college friend, you know, really said that she got a lot out of the morning with me and is thinking about, adding on to her career. So, what are we talking about? And before we go there, I want to introduce myself for those that don't know who I am. I'm your girl, Dr. T OD, and I am your sustainability coach. And I created Coffee with Dr. T. Let me get that up. Mhm. I created Coffee with Dr. TOD for Saturday mornings so that we can have a conversation about your week. How is your week? How are you? Because I think as your sustainable business coach, right, or your sustainable life coach, I've been talking a little bit more about the business side, but as a business and a life coach, those two kind of are married because we do have to talk about your life when we're talking about your business. So I also have the capabilities of doing life coaching as well. However, I just wanted to hone in on a little bit about affirmations this morning and um, just talking about how important they are. And you may not realize that, you were already, doing it. So let's see. So if we look at affirm, it's just a way for you to really, get it together. It's a way for you to get your mind right. It's a way for you to think about processing everything that you can possibly process, in a short amount of time or a long amount of time. Some people use affirmations on a daily basis, right? They actually, live it, breathe it, right? And I too, not knowing that I've used affirmations early on, actually used affirmations, whew, from the time I was in high school. And then it just came, to be a a thing that I used. So I'm sharing that, with you. So look out for a handbook that will be coming out soon about affirmations, and we'll get that. But I wanted to talk to you how that is going to look for you. So, for example, let me get one up for you. Let me get this up for you. How's everybody doing this morning? I know I'm excited because it's been, just one of those days that I couldn't sleep, really excited about, what I'm doing today, later on today. If you're in the Philly area, we're having a harvest fest for kids at our church and a coat giveaway. So a little excited about that. And then there is, hold on, guys, I'm trying to get it up for you. Then, couldn't go to sleep. So that's part of, taking care of yourself, right? You got to get some sleep. So let's do this. So then you go on, and I'm saying, hey, let's look at this affirmation. What can you put up that's in front of you that you can say, I can use that, right? So today is a new day. Let me take this off. Today is a new day. You will get out of it just what you put into it. You know, so when we talk about affirmations, it's something that is going to inspire you to do better. It's going to inspire you to just make a better decision. It's going to inspire you to change positions, and it's going to inspire you. It's going to affirm, what you've probably been thinking of most of the time, most of the time, right? So when we're talking about affirmations, and I like this one because it says, today is a new day. You'll get out of it just what you want to put into it. And so, what I want to put into you today or get to you today is the fact that you can still use affirmations even when you're down. Okay, like you want to be able to say, I can do this. I know I can. That's affirming. That is affirming. So let me show you how to do it within, the 5 minutes. I had it up. Mhm. I had it up. So part of that for me is what I've always said is to show up, right? To show up. Then the other part of it is to um, be present. Be present. Because if you're not present, then it doesn't work. It's not going to work for you. Hold on, guys. So I think this was it. There we go. So just preparing this for you, I'll just read a couple. So in 5 minutes. So I will also have this up. I'll post a link a little bit later about that 5 minute guide, and we'll have that affirmation handbook ready for you in November. I'm telling you, I've been affirming that November is we are going to level up. So here's what I think is true. It doesn't matter who you are or where you live. Every day we are bombarded with just negative things. As we're going into this the elections, don't forget to vote. There's so much negative, stuff. And I'm always the type of person where I try to find a positive in a negative, right? And these negative messages come through media, come through our daily social interactions, and through our surroundings. In the long run, this can be incredibly harmful to our minds because the negative messages that we are confronted with daily can inhibit us from finding fulfillment and becoming our true selves. You know, Often these negative messages will turn into limiting beliefs that will ultimately hold us back from achieving our goals and realizing our dreams. They can even cause you to experience unnecessary stress and anxiety. All right. So, to keep your limiting belief from imposing more and more unwanted limitations on your daily life and goals, you need to bypass the negative mindset. So, that's why I have those up there. If you go get that, we have Believe It and Achieve It book. I have the Train Your Mind, the Change Your Train of Thought. Um, and I forgot what the other one I put up there, but all have to do with, you know, understanding your mind process. And here at Sustain Your Biz Academy, our mantra is um, mindset plus sustainability equals success. And that goes for your business and for your life, right? So to keep your limiting belief for imposing more and more unwanted limitations on your daily life and goals, you need to bypass the negative mindset that you can adopt and shift optimism to positivity. Okay. Why is this essential to adopt positivity mindset? What you attract in your life is highly dependent on what you think and what you speak at most of the time, and as well as the belief that you hold into your mind. So, what you spew out is what people are going to assume that you're negative. This person is never positive, or this person is depressed. This person doesn't have the wherewithal, right? So this means that being positive will attract more positive experiences and outcomes in your life, while negative ones will attract more of the opposite. And implementing a practice of repeating positive affirmations, I don't care if it's one that you live by for the rest of your life. You know, every day can help you attract and manifest, transcend everything that you desire in your life. Okay. It will transcend that. And the reason why I say that is because I know for me lately, it's been, trying to keep that mindset, trying to you know, keep this today is a new day. You will get out of it just what you want, what you put into it. And if you don't realize how important that is, I'm not even going to give that to take that with you today and just use that as part of you don't if you don't think that you can affirm, just take that with you today. Okay. So why are we going through this? It's because if we're going to move you into a position where you are going to be ready to do better in your life, do better in your business, you're going to have to increase some things that you can live by. And you know what? Sometimes those affirmations are affirmative things that you even put in yourself. I'll give you one that I just created, and I'll probably post that up um, a little bit later. But I created one that actually made sense for me. It made sense for me. So when you think about having to affirm, you want it to make sense for you. Somebody else's may motivate them, but you need to find one that's going to motivate you, right? So, what are affirmations? Again, it's something that it's a statement. It's wording. It could be words. It could be one. It could be a thought that basically say, "Hey, we're going to both put this into fold." But we can make affirmations both positive and negative, but all the times without thinking about it, right? However, the problem with this is that we see many of these affirmations are negative. Unfortunately, the more we repeat the negative affirmations, the more powerful they become. Okay. And then it's going to be hard for you to kind of move past that. So after a time, they end up establishing themselves as part of your core belief, right? And can be incredibly challenging to break. And I'll tell you one, I can't do this. That's an affirmation. It's impossible. That's an affirmation. You don't want that. That's a negative affirmation. So you want to be able to take those from the core. You may have to kind of break them down a little bit and turn them into something that's a little bit greater for you. Take that negative view out. Okay. So that's the good news about all of this, that you can now go from a negative to a positive, right? You can go. And I'm going to get a little geeky in there. Y'all know that two negatives actually can be a positive. That's, I know we say that two negatives don't make it right, but actually, if we look at the science, two negatives make a positive. So, the first thing that we can do is in your 5 minutes, okay? In your 5 minutes, is to, before you can use positive affirmations to attract your desires, you have to consider the mental block that might be stopping you from moving forward, right? Many of the mental blocks that you have formed during your childhood and your adolescence. For example, do you believe all wealthy people are selfish and bad intentions? You know, then you may very well have a mental block about making money. So I'll tell you about what this is for me because I actually, um, thought about something else today because I was actually um, basically coaching a friend. And then I ended up really saying something profound. And one of the things is, I think sometimes we get too honed in on money. Of course, money is important, but I think we get too honed in on money, and that can ultimately lead to negative thoughts. Okay. So, unfortunately, you may not even be aware that mental blocks and are there and limiting beliefs that you are holding on to because they are part of the subconscious. You've put them back. You've put them down. And I think for me, even in this pastoral class this week, I had to really dig deep. I had to dig deep and figure out, where do I want to see myself as a pastor, right? And I had to really say, you know, this was an affirmation for me to kind of even move this forward to help you out. So while you're rationalizing the conscious mindset, you have to realize that you need to reach your dreams subconsciously, that you can sabotage your own progress by pushing things or using the negatives, in your life. So, how can positive affirmations really help? Just like negative affirmations have a power to brainwash you, so do affirmations. Now, I don't like the word brainwash too much. I like that it can just bring enlightenment to you, right? It can lighten up your life in such a way that you can now say, I can do this, right? Versus I can't do this. And this is because your subconscious mind happily accepts anything that you feed it, right? So the more you feed into positivity, your brain is going to be hungry and continue to want to eat that up once you get the negativity out. So unlike the conscious mind, it's unable to question what you are telling it. So most of the reactions that you have to situations are a result of your subconscious mind, right? And if you don't believe that you are worthy of success and happiness, this is where I'm going. There will always be one thing or another that will block your path to manifesting your greatest desires, right? I mean, trust me, I'm not gonna lie. There are times where you don't want to give up. You don't want to get up. There are times when you're saying this is not going to happen, right? Recite positive affirmations daily can help unblock that pathway, can help unblock that pathway. And I'm visualizing when they're doing construction work where that worker is telling you to stop, right? You're still on your journey though. That worker is telling you to stop. But at some point, the other man is going to stop the other traffic, and then he's going to tell you what to slow down or you can go. So if you put that in sight, I'm not saying that you're never going to have roadblocks in your life. What I am saying is that using affirmations can help you move past roadblocks so you don't get stuck there. So you don't get stuck there. So even with that, I'm giving you the 5 minutes. However, it may take a little bit more to get that positive thinking in place. It could take up to 30 days for new habits to form. So now don't forget, if you've already had those bad habits, it might take a little longer. And don't give up on that. Don't give up on that. Okay. So strong positive affirmations. I know for me, one of the ones that I've used since I was in high school, it's about success. And the what it said was success. It's not who you know, it's not how much you know, right? It's your will to be successful. So you have to have the will to affirm. And it's funny because all my life, well, since high school, I used that. And I really held on to that because I knew I want what I felt as though to be successful. And it allowed me to move through some of those negative times in my life as a teenager and even in college, right? And then when as my journey, continued and I became, and became a Christian and was saved and, baptized. My other one was Matthew 6:33. But seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. So again, to me, that was an affirmation because I knew that if I continue to seek God, the things that I know that I want to be true in my life, that they will be given to me. How that will come out, I don't know, but those were some affirmations, right? So, for your positive affirmations to be genuinely useful, you have to make sure that you are creating and using them correctly. Affirmations are incredibly personal, and no two goals will be exactly the same. I talked about that before. So one of the things that I also want to state, and I'll probably put that up there again. The strongest way for affirmations to start out is I am. I am going to be successful. I am going to get this one goal accomplished. I am going to clean my room. Tell your kids that for daily affirmations, put that up. I am, right? So, our two most powerful words in our language is I am. And since the subconscious mind can differentiate between reality and imagination, it takes a sentence that starts with these two words. And it's affirming, I am, right? And you would think, you know, um, when we talk about, social injustice, you know, go back to the civil rights movement and what those men wore. I am, right? I am. Use present tense. Don't use past tense. Don't use future tense because you want it to be affirming for the day that you're working with, right? So, for example, I am going to get a new car. That's affirming, right? So rather than saying I am going to get a new car, instead I am enjoying my new car. Right? So make it happen in today. Then state what you want, not what you don't want, right? So state what you want. So I don't want to be fat. That's like a not that's a I don't want, right? Right? And then with that, it hears that I want to be fat. So you need to be sure that your structure um, has a positive in there, right? So you want to avoid the word want because it implies the lack thereof, right? And then you want to now, because you want that to be affirmed, you want the affirmations to be effective, not effective. Just keep it brief, you know. It doesn't have to be this long essay. Just keep it brief, keep it short and to the point. So you want to think of affirmations as a short advertising jingle, you know, that you can easily remember and make it specific. right? Make it specific. I am, for instance, rather than stating, I am driving my new red car, sports car, I'm driving my new red Porsche. I've always said I want to have a Porsche. I probably need to keep that in mind when I'm thinking of my affirming, right? And include ing. That's an action, right? Include ing adds power and effectiveness, and it evokes that it's going to happen. So if your affirmation is, I express myself openly and honestly, right? You can add an action word ending with ing. I am confidently expressing myself openly and honestly, right? Because that's affirming, and what I've learned about the ing within this whole transformative process in my life is that ing is actually, if you think about it, when we were learning English, it probably didn't hone into you that it's actually present, but it's still going on, right? It's still going to happen. It's still happening. You're expressing. So it's still moving and it's still present, right? So include one dynamic feeling or emotion, right? Just include one, right? So one of them could be some of the more common words that can be added are joyful, enjoying, celebrating, proudly, happily, calmly, delight, peaceful, right? Loving, triumphantly. So, for example, instead of making the statement, I am maintaining my perfect body weight of 168 pounds, you can change to say, I am feeling agile and great at 168, right? That's affirming. So make affirmations for yourself and not others, right? So when you construct your affirmations, these affirmations are personal to you. So, for example, so rather than stating, I am watching Stephen clean his room, right? Create affirmations like, I am effectively communicating my needs and desires to Stephen, right? That's what it is. So for example, if you're trying to figure out how to get a way for your children to do what you need to do, make sure it's positive. And work affirmations into your routine. Make it happen each and every day, right? What time of the day do you feel you need the most encouragement? Is it in the morning? Is it after work? Is it at lunch because you have that lull at work or you're trying to figure things out? Or when do you typically need to de stress or relax? Before getting on a phone call, after a challenging conversation? In what types of situations do you need to shift your mindset? While you are waiting in line at a bank, while sitting in traffic, what is it? Once you've determined the best time during your day to repeat your positive affirmations, start incorporating that practice into your daily routine. And here's the thing. You can repeat them while you're drinking your what? Morning cup of coffee. You see how turn that back around to you? Your tea or during your commute or before you're going to bed. Whenever you need a pick me up, think about using affirmations, right? And use methods that are just mostly effective for you. You know, um, for example, I know for me, sometimes I'll write them on one of these. Just put it up there. I have a couple right here on clipped onto my light. On putting that. Even if and this is awesome because you can also fold it and put it in your purse, put it in your wallet, you put it in your back pocket, you know, or for some they put it on, you know, they print it out and they put it in a frame and they put it on their desk. Whatever it may be, use it wisely. So, as I close out today about affirmations, positive affirmations have been proven to have incredible, powerful tool to help people shift their mindset and maintain our optimistic attitude, even in the midst of negativity, along with assisting people in manifesting their greatest desires so that they can live a life that they want to live. So, regardless of which affirmations you use and how you decide to use them, I just wanted to bring you this tool today so that you can learn to be excited about the positive change that using affirmations will change and make in your life. And be proud of yourself for taking the necessary steps to improve your life and get everything you've ever wanted. So, if this has added value to you today, okay, if this has added value to you today, I want to, um, you know, affirm that today is a new day. You will get out of it just what you put into it. And I picked this for today. I had another one, but I picked this for today because, I'm a little anxious about, you know, um, my day because I have this big event that I'm doing later on this afternoon. But you know what? It's a new day. God woke me up this morning. God woke you up this morning. And so when you think about creating your own affirmations, you know, I would even start. I know one of the tools that we talked about today was to, look at make an affirmation for yourself. But if you just want to know how to start, how to do affirmations for yourself and including that in your next 30 days, I want you to I want you to now go on and Google some affirmative words. Maybe there's something on there that's going to click for you. Is there a Bible scripture that you like? Is it that you heard something that somebody said before? Right? What was it that motivated you to one I don't know, what was it that motivated you when you were a teenager? Write that down. You know, what was it that motivated you in college? And if you didn't go to college, what motivated you in your 20s, into your 30s? What motivated you, um, when you were down? What encouraging words did you give to somebody else that really worked? And I was reminded this week that sometimes when we are coaching and helping other people, sometimes we have to listen to our own selves, right? So that's also part of affirming. What did you give to somebody else that really helped them? That can be a way for you to start as well. You know, be the one that says, "Hey, I can do this." And then you're in that lull, you know, for example, you're writing a book or you want to write a book or you don't know how to do, or you're questioning, how to do certain things. Put it out there in the atmosphere. Let me know who's watching. Has this added value for you today? Because that's one of the things that I really, really wanted to hone in on today. And especially next month is my birthday. We're gonna pull it up a little bit. But having affirmations, how is that really going to move you to do something a little bit more in your life? And as if you're watching this toward the end, go back to the rewind and you'll see the tips up there. Also go and get the Change Your Mindset series that I have in there because I just think it's so important. And I'll tell you why. I was in a place probably maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, that I just kept thinking negatively. And I'm like, that's not me. I'm not a negative person. I try not to be. And so one of the things that I really had to hone in on is saying, I need affirming. Somebody I guess in a TED talk or something, and this is what got me started. I am Dr. Tamara Hill Bennett. I am, and at that time, I was telling my age, so I'm going to tell my age still. I am Dr. Tamara Hill Bennett. I am 52 and I am just getting started. That's why I like my other one that you'll see me post is an affirmation. Is begin anywhere. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter whether or not you have a degree or not. It doesn't matter. Begin anywhere. So I'm going to charge you with that today. Say this: I am, say your name, and I am just getting started. That is your first getting. Remember, I said that ing. I am just getting started. That is in the present and it's also in the future, right? Because I am is that key factor that is going to catapult you to your destiny. Okay. And it doesn't matter how old you are. Share this with your teens, share this with your friends, share this link to, you know, your group because affirmations work. And let me tell you, like I said, 2 years ago, I started getting into a negative space and I did not like it. I didn't. And so with me, I had to go back early back. I had to go back, even as early as a teenager, I had to go back and say, I am going to be positive. And let me tell you something. A lot of people don't like positivity. And you'll find out when you're starting to affirm and when you're starting to bring in that affirmation, when you're starting to put in place positive thoughts. Look at this thought. Look at that. Today is a new day. People are like, what is wrong with this chick? She keeps saying everything positive. I don't like being positive. But you know what? Your positivity can also be infectious. Your positivity can help others. Just think about that. If you just say, I am, go on today, tag me in your post. Go on to your thing today and said, I am, say your name, and I am just getting started. Tag me, Tamara Hill Bennett. Tag Sustain Your Biz to Win, right? And put that in today. Put that in today. Because so many times, I can't tell you so many times that some of those negative thoughts try to get in and they need to get out. All right. So start today. This is your girl, Dr. T. Don't forget to have coffee with me every Saturday. I will let you know when I'm not coming on. But I just wanted to bring that to you so that you can use. Let me know. Don't forget to let me know who's watching. Um, Let me know what your affirmations are. Let me know how things are working with you in the next 30 days. I will post the 30-day guide up for you. Um, Go up and grab those links today. Check them out. Subscribe to the academy so that you can be aware of some of these things. Let me tell you, this has transformed my life. This has transformed my business. This has transformed everything that I could possibly do. And it is just so important for me to share that with you. Okay. And like I said, it's infectious. So once you start, you're going to be like, Dr. T was right. And I don't want to be right. I just want to help. And that's where Coffee with Dr. T, was. Because now that I'm getting ready to sign off, I'm getting ready to call my best friend because that is why I created Dr. T Coffee with me on Saturday mornings because this was a time for me to talk to my best friend and to just who's basically my sister, and for us to be able to join and get together and just be able to talk over our week and get through the day. So remember, I want you to win in this season. What does winning mean? It means welcoming in the new you, investing in yourself, and to never ever give up on you. State your I am story today. Tag me, go to Instagram as well. Tag me and let me know how you feel in 30 days. Even if you say this for the next 30 days, let me know where you are in this journey. All right. I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to share this with somebody that you love, you care about, or just share it anyway and see how much that will impact a person's life today. All right. Be blessed.